Action!
Action! Action!
Guys, I was the one who actually was on time.
Action!
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Game Front Update.
Okay, good. I forgot what it was for a second.
Me too.
I was like, what is this?
What are we doing? Why is there a camera there? Who are we talking to? What are we doing?
We're talking about video games.
We're talking about video games.
Things that are going on in our world.
The world of video games.
Which is
Well, what's going on in the world of video games, Zach? What's on that little piece of paper?
Well, on this little piece of paper, I wrote down Crysis 3.
Crysis 3 was announced.
Yes, it was. I'm super excited. I actually loved Crysis 2.
I loved Crysis 2
and
as well.
I just got to play Crysis when they re-released it. And
Yeah.
it looks gorgeous.
It's funny,
It's such a fun game.
I was mentioning this to all of my other colleagues, well, when it first got announced. Crysis 1 takes place in a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Crysis 2 takes place in a city. Crysis 3 takes place in a jungle city.
Jungle City. They took both worlds.
They basically put the jungle in the city for Crysis 3.
From what I knew, New York was already a jungle.
And I think that is intelligent game
Concrete
design.
jungle.
Yeah. Concrete.
That's interesting. I've never played any of them.
Really?
Nope, never played them.
Oh.
That's right. When we were doing Crysis 2, it was me. Was it me and Aaron, or were you there for Crysis?
It's Aaron.
You got the short end of the stick, buddy.
Yeah, I played Dragon Age 2.
Yeah. Woohoo! Your favorite.
So what's the story? Is it when's it being coming out? It was just announced that they're making it, or did they say
They had some footage for it. I think they had some. There's actually a preview up on GameFront.com, so go check that out. I believe Ben Richardson was the writer of that preview, so he got to play it, talked about his thoughts.
He got to play it?
I think he got to play it. I'm not
Wow.
sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I won't quote you on it.
Yeah, don't
You
quote
guys
me on
quote
it.
him.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Crysis 3. Moving on.
Yeah, well, there's also an article on there about the top 5, difficult puzzles?
Top 5. I think this was in, because of Fez. We put out an article on the top 5 most elaborate / difficult puzzles in video games.
Yeah, I read the article and I liked it. I thought it was great. Some of those games I had not played, but I felt like they missed a couple that I thought were really important.
What were some of the ones that you thought?
I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of people that hate me for saying this, but the puzzles in the zombies maps, the Call of the Dead one with the fuse and all the stuff, I could never do it. That one was tough. Then Shangri-La. The fact that you have to have 4 people dealing with a zombie apocalypse at the same time you go to different locations in the map, push buttons, and that's just the first step.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, I never completed that one. Those puzzles were
Would you consider those puzzles? Because I consider those to be Easter eggs.
Are you joking? I mean, when you said there's an alternate ending for Braid, right? Because you got to collect these stars off screen. Those are puzzles. They're collectibles. Stars are collectibles.
But the one you're talking about is an Easter egg.
What do you?
What
No,
is
an
that?
Easter egg is when you pick up the meteorites and it's one step and a song plays. But these puzzles, I mean, Zach, you're the only one that I know that's actually completed these. Would you call them puzzles or Easter eggs?
Do I have to get involved in this?
Yeah.
You absolutely do. This is not.
Ah!
Don't be Sweden on this one. Or Swiss?
Swiss?
Who is it that stays neutral?
Sweden and Swiss, aren't they the same?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Or
Yes.
is it Swedes?
If
What was I
there's any
deciding?
Swedes out there, we love you. We're not.
We
we're not
do
trying to
actually.
say-
I'm an in between kind of guy usually, but I'm firm on this. So Zach, I will. If you know what, there won't be a lot of in between. If you say it's if you say it's Easter eggs, I'll totally agree because I can't do it.
I'm actually on your side.
No, I knew it.
It's an Easter egg too,
Oh.
though. I'm like,
Well,
I am Sweden.
some
Pull
puzzles end
that
with an Easter
knife
egg.
out of my back. Thank you.
Oh, that felt good. I haven't been right in a while. All right.
All right.
Let
Was
us-
there anything else that you guys thought were left off? I mean, we
I
can't. We
know,
don't want to
I-
spoil what's on the list because the article's great. I read it and I thought it was really good.
I think. Well, you brought up Braid.
I'm sorry, I should have brought it up. I mean, it looked difficult. You said
No,
it was a
Braid. Not even just the constellation. I think in general the puzzles of Braid are just on another level of what I've played in other games. I think in terms of elaborateness, I mean, God of War 1, basically once you get to the temple, you're basically, for the second half of the game, you're always working towards solving a rotating room puzzle. So basically have to keep on going through different rooms, and eventually you unlock different parts of the puzzle. So the entire second half of God of War 1 is essentially one puzzle. So that's one of the most elaborate puzzles I've played in video games.
Well, you Zach,
You
anything those?
didn't play God of War, right?
No, I didn't.
Did you get to read the article?
No.
It's good. You should check it out.
I will check it out. Did Portal make it?
No.
Portal's a good one too.
Portal's a good one, but I don't know if was any of those puzzles that hard, or were they just awesome?
No,
They were like- I
there's
thought-
There's some difficult ones,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly. But you're right. That's a good point. They weren't extremely.
That was like one of the best puzzle games I've ever played, though.
Yeah.
I like Resident Evil's puzzles. I don't know. I'm not even talking about what's difficult now. I'm just,
Yeah. Well, I don't remember the
I
puzzles
don't.
being.
I mean, I didn't play Resident Evil, but from what I know of Resident Evil's usual puzzles, it's usually pick up a key, find the door.
Oh, I was thinking, it's like the ones where it's Resident Evil 5, I think, where you're in the tomb and you have to like pivot the light, the laser that comes in. You have to make it,
A light
get off
laser
different-
puzzle.
Yes, light laser puzzle. Is
Yeah.
that the
Let
real
me
term?
trivialize what you're saying.
Yes.
Does anybody know who wrote the article?
I think it was Phil Hornshaw.
Oh, I like that guy's writing.
Yeah, I like that guy too. He's an author.
The person, I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's an author.
I gotta
So you
judge him.
create a wormhole. Go check it out.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon.
So what else is on the list?
Our thoughts on Prototype 2, since we all got to play it. But let's start with you, since you're actually doing the walkthrough.
I mean, I love the game. I feel like, I don't know. I liked Prototype 1 a lot, and I'm feeling like I don't like this one anymore, but I like it equally. I usually want the next game to be much better, and this one I feel like isn't any better. It's just pretty much the same thing again, which I love. I mean, all the Grand Theft Auto games were pretty much the same, and I loved each and every one of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel much different. There's not much differences.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way in that I feel like I like them equally. I think Prototype 2 did a lot to improve upon some things that were broken in Prototype 1.
It's been a while since I played Prototype 1. What's been fixed?
Maybe not really broken, but kind of unintuitive. I think that one of the problems that they wanted to address in Prototype 2 was in Prototype 1, the way you upgraded your moves were basically you have this giant list of different tabs, and every move was in the, some were locked at different points in the game, but it was just a little overwhelming. You didn't know which ones you should buy. You felt like if you bought the wrong move, you wasted a point. So Prototype 2 fixed that by making it much more streamlined, a lot more simple. And I kind of actually missed that about Prototype 1, because every time I went to the upgrade screen and I had a whole bunch of points, I was like, it's like a kid in a toy store. You're like, oh my god, which one do I want? Do I want this one? Do I want this one?
I am maybe crazy, but I'm pretty sure by the end of Prototype 1 I unlocked everything, though.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But I'm just saying, I felt like there was so much to unlock in Prototype 1 that I was constantly, interested in building up my point value so that I could, unlock all the new moves. And it wasn't really that way in Prototype 2 for me.
What do you think of Prototype 2?
Oh, I'm liking it, except for, sometimes I feel like Activision maybe just took some shortcuts. I don't know. Graphically, it doesn't seem like that much better than
It's not. I can't tell the difference.
And then just there's some hiccups and like cutscenes that just look like utter crap. And I'm like, nice job, Activision, really holding on to that $1 billion you guys have.
I think it's tough with Prototype 2 because it's obviously an open world game. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a million enemies on screen at once, and I think the graphics are okay for what kind of game it is. Obviously, it's no GTA 4, but I don't think you can hold it to the same kind of standards. GTA 4 is.
I don't feel like I'm
mega
holding
block.
it to the same standards. I'm just holding it. It's kind of like you, where I feel like they should have made
a little bit better.
big
It's
leap.
pretty much the
It's
same.
like, and I always I always compare them to Prototype 2 Infamous, because I feel like they have similar game style, and the graphics in Infamous are phenomenal.
Yeah.
In Infamous 2, you could see it get better.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, it just seems like they didn't do much to add on to it.
And I've noticed a lot of problems, but there's just bugs with open world games because you gotta have a cutscene. But I'll be like in one, like I take battles to the next level, and I'll like be fighting people at a way different spot than I start. But when the cutscene cuts and like I'm finishing off an enemy, I'm back where I started the battle. And it's just like okay, I'll suspend my disbelief because I really loved the game, but
Yeah.
but it feels like those should be more. I don't know. I feel like those cutscenes should move locations, or they should box you into the areas so you can kind of believe it more.
All right, moving on. Finally, next week, what are we doing? We got. It's a pretty dead week, it seems. There's not much coming out, but there's a game that you're really excited about.
Yeah, Sniper Elite.
Sniper
V2.
Elite. Whenever I come in, I see this guy still playing the demo that came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
I haven't even touched the demo, but I've watched you play it, and it looks awesome. I've actually watched you play it more than I've played most of the demos. The kill cams are awesome.
Yeah, that's so much fun. But if you really bump that game up to realism, there's some skill involved. It's pretty tricky shooting somebody from far away.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then what's the second?
There's Awesome Knots, which I don't know much about, but I saw that it was coming out next week, so I decided to put it down there.
What's that coming out on?
I think it's Xbox Live Arcade PSN.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Psychonauts.
No, it
I
has
know
nothing
it
to do with
doesn't. That's the
Psychonauts.
only thing I know about it. That's the only thing I know about
Well, at least we added something to the conversation.
it. Well, I guess next week, something that I haven't even cleared with the boss man, but I feel like if Prototype doesn't take too long, I'd like to do the Walking Dead Telltale games.
Right.
It
We
looks
were actually
really
wanting to do a quick look at that today, didn't we?
Yeah, we might have time to do that today. We did a quick look yesterday after downloading it, but apparently I didn't download the unlock, and it starts you in the middle of the game, so we missed out the context of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have to re-look at it today.
All right. Well, we've rambled on for far too long, so I think we should probably wrap this up here. You guys agree?
Well,
I don't know. I used that notebook.
this is my notebook. You shouldn't be using it.
Okay. Now I definitely won't be using it.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what. Knowing that you lick your notebook makes me feel like I've got a whole new array of pranks that I can play on it.
LSD.
Hey! Zach actually is high this time. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like.
Comment.
And subscribe.
Bye! What? The show's over.
Have you
guys.
guys listened to the Green Day album, Dookie?
Love that album.
At the very end, I knew.
Yo,
Oh, hey,
guys.
Mike.
Hey, are you recording something?
Yeah.
I'm about to. Hi, sorry, I'm the asshole boss.
You just cursed on live television. Well, it's not television. What's
Come
up?
talk to me afterwards, right?
All right.
Sorry, I just totally quit that.
No, it's
No,
cool.
don't worry. Just keep apologizing.
So at the end of the Dookie album, if you let the thing play for a long time, the wait.